Hi there, buenos dias, buenas tardes. Today we're going to look at the American English pronunciation of a like cat and like elephant. Two important front vowels to look at. Okay. So the first example we're going to look at is had and head. We'll look at that in just a sec. Yeah, okay. So in our last video, we looked at the difference between sheep and ship. And this week we're looking at like ah. Notice this tongue here. And head. Notice this tongue here. Head. So yo dibujo estas lenguas para mostrar qué está haciendo la lengua en cada vocal. En el ejemplo de had, mi lengua se levanta así. Es loco casi. Míralo. Te lo muestro más cercano. Oh, perdón. Had versus head. Notice that the tongue is lifted up here. Oh, I'm not showing my mouse. The tongue is lifted up here. Head, head versus had. Okay, we'll talk about that more soon. All right, part one. So in this part of the video, like in the previous video, como el video pasado, vamos a mirar la diferencia de el vocal en español y el vocal en inglés. Like we've already discussed, hay muchos más vocales en inglés que en español. En español tenemos 5 aquí. The vocal, the vowel that I'm thinking, that I've noticed people are using in place of the correct English one for like cat, which we can find right here. Where is that at? Right here. Bat or cat. The wrong vowel is used. The vowel that's used instead is the Spanish paja. So let's listen to the difference between these two. Ready? Can't, cantar. Pan, pan. Ooh, let's bring myself closer. Okay. Pack, paco. Rat, raton. Ran, rana. So just right there, I just want us to notice this kind of interesting thing. Turning my head is difficult here. Let's see if I can get this going. Let's try it here. That does not help at all. We'll try it like that. So, or you know what? This is the easiest thing to do. Paja is in the back. Paja. Cat, is towards the front. Cat, paja. Cat, paja. Can you hear that difference? Something else kind of interesting is that algo interesante es que cuando lo hablo en este micrófono, es mucho más fuerte porque sale de más adelante de tu boca. Sale de atrás de aquí. Y tiene todo este espacio en tu boca como una cueva que sale como un eco nomás, como viene de más atrás. Viene de más atrás. It comes from farther back in your mouth, throat thing. Eso quizás ayuda un poco a explicar la diferencia también. If we look at the difference between the two, they're both low. Bat, baja. It's just the difference of front and back. Okay, so now I would like to go through these. Ready? Cantar, can't. Pan, pan. Paco, pack. Raton, rat. Sorry, I did that like a Spanish word. Rat. Rana, ran. Okay, I hope you're also able to see a difference between what's my tongue doing in I wish I had a un luz para mostrarte. Quizás puedo usar esto. Rana. Ran. Can you see a difference? ¿Puedes ver la diferencia ahí? Ra. That's a big difference. They both drop the jaw. But listen with the the tongue curls upwards. That's a big difference right there. Okay. So now we're going to focus on the sound. So okay, let's do it. So here we have our word here. This is a word, hat. Okay, what do we do first? Our jaw drops like maybe even more. I think it drops more than like baja. It drops more like Tip of the tongue stays forward, and the back goes up, kind of like that. And the tongue is wide. So hat. Now I know that in Spanish, si hablas español, el sonido de es difícil. Y quieres decirlo más como pero te lo juro, no se dice como se dice como. So something I thought was kind of funny, algo chistoso. It's more like si quieres oler tu propio breath. Como or I'm just kidding. So when you smell your breath, you go, you know what I'm saying? That sound though, that's so gross. I don't know. That sound is the H sound. So we'd say hat. Okay. And now focusing on the H less, ready? At. Okay. Now let's look at the next one. Head. Oh, I put my tongue already wrong. Head. Let's zoom in again. So we have hat, head. Use that light again. Oop. Hat, head. Nice. Oh man, look at that. The sound of a cell phone. Terrible. All right. So good. That is looking at that difference here. Head, had. Okay. Now let's look at another feature of this vowel. This is not really with this vowel. This is with any vowel, but we can like introduce this idea here. There are going to be words that have this vowel. But, okay, what am I trying to get at here? Let's look at the word backpack. What's also important, and this is something that we're going to look at more in later videos, is that every word has its own stress pattern. Se dice diferente. Si tú quieres decir backpack y que gente te entiende, es importante decir el vocal correcto como a, pero también es importante decir con el estrés correcto también. Si dices backpack, no te van a entender. Tienes que decirlo backpack. Y aquí lo dibujo para que puedas ver que es más fuerte aquí y menos fuerte acá. Backpack. Tiene lo mismo vocal dos veces. Tiene el mismo vocal dos veces. Pero es importante que no lo dices al mismo volumen. Por ejemplo, no quieres decir backpack, suena raro, o backpack, muy suave. Tienes que decirlo como backpack. That's number one. Now, in a sentence, now we have another sentence. Sam. Este A tiene el mismo vocal que A. Sam, A, backpack, Sam. Es el mismo. Okay. So we have a question here. Whose backpack is this? Someone asks you, ¿de quién es este backpack? And you know, it's Sam's. So you'd say, that's Sam's backpack. That's Sam's backpack. Why did I say Sam louder than even backpack? So it goes Sam's backpack. It goes from loudest to louder to the least loud. Why do I have loudest, louder, least loud? What do you think? If you don't know, this is because English uses a lot more stress than other languages, including Spanish. En español se puede decir esto con menos entonación y variación de volumen y estrés, pero no en inglés. And this is something that we'll look at more in further videos. But here I just want to say, because it's what's the most important part of this sentence? Someone asks you, ¿de quién es esto? Tú dices, ¿de quién? Y esa persona se llama Sam. Entonces, puedes responder a esta pregunta con una palabra nomás. Puedes decir, Sam. Y con ese lógico, puedes pensar que en inglés esa palabra se dice más fuerte, con más volumen, tiene más del piso cuando dices el sentence. Cuando dices la frase, tienes que you have to say that word louder, longer, and it's important to pronounce that vowel correctly. So I'll read this as an example. That's Sam's backpack. Okay, but we'll get back to that in later videos. Let's keep going. All right, we've covered quite a bit here. Versus eh. Now I just want to look at one more thing with the sound. Sounds different when it's followed by a consonant than it does when it's followed by a nasal sound. A nasal sound includes things like n, because, or m. Notice with m, my lips, mis labios están cerrados. ¿Dónde sale el aire? De mi nariz. M, n. You can test that. Puedes probar eso cerrando tu nariz, closing it off from air, and you'll notice those sounds. So any sound that's nasal, like n, m, or n, will change the sound. So let's look at this example here. Mat versus man. Do you hear any difference with that? Let's look at this one. Jack versus jam. Do you hear a difference? Graduate versus Instagram. Can you hear the difference? This is the rule. When it's plus a nasal consonant, which we talked about, we add a small sound to it, like this. Jam. Jam. Okay? For plus a nasal, we do something like dance. Yeah, this is another example of it. Dance. Dance. Let's look at this one here. This is an important one. You might say this in your life. I bought some new pants. Pants. All together, pants. Here's another fun one. Ready? Romantico. Romantico. Romantic. 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 Like crazy, right? Okay. Here's a phrase you could say. How romantic. Yeah. Or exam. Ready? I took an exam. Right? It's like it's like a roller coaster. But let's practice that one together. I took an exam. Notice that is the loudest part of that word. Es la parte más fuerte de esa palabra. Exam. Es como mis ojos se abren mucho más cuando lo pronuncio. Exam. Right? Okay. That's part of English. Donde el vocal, la sílaba que está más estresado se dice mucho más fuerte, casi con los ojos más abiertos. Okay. So now let's compare this again really quickly. And I'll zoom in on my lips. My lips. Okay. Tenemos head, head, head versus hat. Head versus hat. What am I doing? Sorry. Hat. So remember the rules of this is step 1, jaw drops. Tip of tongue stays forward. Back part of tongue stretches up. And the tongue is wide. Hat. I drop my hat. Now when I say it quickly, cuando lo hablo en conversación, quizás no lo puedes fijar. I'll try a sentence. Ready? Have you seen where my hat is? Have you seen where my hat is? I can't find it anywhere. Sam, have you seen where my hat is or my backpack? I can't find my backpack or my hat. Next up. Bed. Bad. Pen. Pan. Pan. Said. Sad. And this is the last one here. Esto es el último. So I'll use this special light to really get it here. We have left, laughed. Oh, it's not happening. Laughed. Okay. Whew, thank you for tuning into this maybe long video. But yeah, good job practicing today. And I will see you in the next video where we're going to discuss a very important, perhaps the most important English vowel, a vowel that te puede ayudar un montón con tu pronunciación de inglés y también tu habilidad de entender gente quien están hablando, quizás quienes están hablando rápido o lo que sea. This is a vowel called schwa. So we're going to learn about the schwa. It looks like an E that's upside down. It looks like pero al revés. And yes, so I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Thank you.